because I mean, we all from the East End. Shout out to Youngstana, shout out to Scott's Maphuma, shout out to...
Scott is catching strays.
Hey, Scott's my attitude.
There's some things that we need to be careful how we share them on the internet.
Yes.
You don't want to make the people who love you mad. There are so many icks in people for me to be married at first sight.
Yeah, they are, Shem. And I think that show really exposed...
What if the person doesn't wash properly?
I'm looking forward to it. When I sent it to you, I actually seen somebody.
I wish. I'm seeing myself in the mirror.
Is the past tense of baked, ne?
It's baked. I poke. We tata. You picked it up on the way here. Growing up, I used to lie.
So you're not a cloud chaser?
Yeah, no, I used to lie growing up. I used to be like, yo, Phindi hit me. I'm so sad.
For real?
I'm broken.
That's crazy.
I have this disease that no one can diagnose. Yo, I'm so sad. Okay, so I liked attention growing up. Your current top 10, your favorite music, and the best place to go whenever you want to hear something interesting. I'm in here with my girl, Phindi. Phindi girl, what you doing?
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Echoes of the City. It's been a while. It feels like it has been forever because we were on a Easter retreat, So we didn't come in. We just decided to take a retreat and, just recruit because... Hey, we have been working.
You've been working.
Very, very hard.
And one thing about April, she comes with blessings. She said you don't get one long weekend. She said you get two.
Oh my gosh. And I think my body is just suffering the after effects of these long weekends because the events I've been invited to work at, oh my gosh, the chaos is just a lot. I haven't had gotten time to rest, but however, I was just like, you know what, let me just go echo through the city and be with my citizens because, I haven't been here for a while and yeah, man, it's lovely to be here.
It's lovely to be back. And how was the event last night? Did you have a great time? So is events then how you usually spend your long weekends?
Well, not entirely so, because even with the past Easter weekend, I decided not to go to church.
Wait, Nana.
And
you said, Jesus, you stay on hold, girl. I'm coming. You're still there.
And that is specifically because, guys, I have simply just grown out of the church as a structure. But I have decided to focus on my relationship with God the best way I see fit.
Yeah.
So I just decided to ditch the church structure and follow through and just listen to God the way He wants to speak to me. So I just decided to stay home with my family and cook seven colors for them.
Through a long
bake
weekend.
hot cross buns, do a little nice Easter
Can
thing
you bake?
with my... Yeah, I can bake, I can cook.
Oh, are you single? People who bake and cook are never single.
Well, I'm not really single.
Damn. Someone once said, it depends what day you ask me.
Yeah, it depends on who's asking as well.
Yeah,
it depends on who's asking. So, since you're asking, I don't think I'm really single.
Some days you're single, some days
depends.
you're not. So would you spend a long weekend with your partner?
Well, I would spend a long weekend with my partner. But because the guy that I'm currently seeing is also in the media space, the weekends have been so hectic for both of us.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Well, Echoes on the City Top 10. What's your favorite music right now? What's carrying you through the week?
Currently, I'm listening to a lot of music. Cowboy also just dropped, which is something we'll be unpacking later on during the show.
Carrie Hilson dropped as well.
Do
you know how I found out Carrie Hilson dropped? I saw this TikTok of her coming out of a coffin. I don't know what it was. I said, what's she doing?
Dude, we haven't heard from her in a long while. But I'm very glad that she has been able to give us something because, unlike the likes of Rihanna, we are just...
Rihanna's there making makeup and making babies. She doesn't have time to be making music.
I think she doesn't because maybe the music is not giving her so much money more than the other ventures.
Other things, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, man, I'm actually looking forward to an amazing top 10 Echoes of the City because our citizens know that's actually how we do it. We bring them the best of the top 10 in terms of the music that is currently trending and topping the charts because we always stay plugging them. And without wasting any time, we will move right into our number 10 of the day, which is a song that features my goat, and it is titled Itokolo from Cowboy's new album that we will be unpacking later on during the show. And absolutely love it because it also features my lovely favorite vocalist of South Africa. Actually, this one is our national treasure, Uthato Hati. Please do enjoy. It means basically struggles. And that song was basically written for everyone who's facing challenges out there. And a certain part of the song says, "Kukude khaya ngale kwezintaba." Meaning, hey, yeah, the path to success is really not
far.
easy, you know, and success is really the place that we would like to call home. And it's the place where we would all like to think we belong, yeah?
Exactly. But it's such a different sound.
It's a very different sound.
You know, we're so used
It's
to
a
these
very
upbeat
different
songs
sound.
coming from Cowboy where you're, yeah.
Hey, I'm a
I know.
piano.
You know, you're ready to throw yourself and start shaking it everywhere. This sound is very
Definitely.
giving, you know, I'm there on the road trip, you're having a great time. You know, those songs that they'll use it as sound like, and then they'll say like, this is the type of song when it feels like everything's going great.
Yeah.
You know, it really gives such a great vibe and it's such a great sound. And I think I really would love to see more music like that. From
Yes.
Cowboy
Yes.
as well, to see like, okay, so you can do more than just Amapiano.
More than just I'm a piano.
And I love it when artists venture out and it's just
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, you're actually doing great.
Because
Give me more.
creativity is limitless, you know, and I think it's really selfish for a lot of people that consume the music to say, "Hi, when I'm a rapper, why are you going to Amapiano? Or when I'm a piano artist, why are you actually doing something that's more like Afro beats and stuff
And
like that?"
it's really exactly what you're saying. It's really so selfish for them to assume that just because you're an artist, you have to stick to this one genre. At least allow your faves to venture out and do different things
Yes.
and support them. And then be like, let them decide whether or not it's something that they enjoy doing or not.
Yeah.
Or the record label or the fashion label or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Then for you as a person who's like, oh my gosh, I love Phindi so much. Why is Phindi rapping now? I thought she was a radio host. No, let Phindi rap.
Exactly. Let me be a DJ because soon I'm actually going to officially launch my DJing career.
Oh, Nana.
I've been at it, and I shared this journey with my citizens last year. I'm just like, you know what? I'm taking up DJ lessons because I personally feel like I love music and I love
know.
listening to music and I play the best music even when I'm like in various like
So when
social
you're the one who
settings.
has the ox.
Ox duty, always on another level, always on the highest level. So I'm always at that point where now I'm just like, you know what, I want to play music for people and people always appreciate my music even in social settings.
Yes.
So I'm just like, you know what, why not let me actually get the bag from this thing and actually just learn a new skill and actually utilize
And there's
it.
nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely nothing wrong. I am looking forward to it. So basically the music that I play is deep house, Afro
Okay.
house, old school house,
Okay.
house, 3-step and Afro step as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to blessing people with nice music, man, because honestly speaking, I love Amapiano ne, mara ke kgat hits.
I'm up here and I never. You know the way I get so bored in the club when they don't start playing something upbeat.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I need something to change. God, I need you to intervene. Like I love different types of music, but I like
Yes.
having a good time.
I
like
absolutely
having
love having a good
the
time.
opportunity to just shake myself and just like get rid of everything that you're feeling.
Yes.
Especially when you've had like a long week or you've had a long day. But no, God, today tufuna umnike in the club. You know,
Yeah.
today tufuna zenzela
You
in the
get me?
club. Oh no, I get that.
So yeah, man, absolutely looking forward to that new chapter in my life. So guys, please do DM for bookings. You know,
DM for bookings. What's your rate
trying
card?
to get the bag.
What's your rate card?
Yeah, maybe with my 700 trillion because you know I think soon I'm gonna be very big to the point where now people are gonna have to speak to someone to get through me.
No, they should already be speaking to someone to get through to you.
Actually, right now, ne, because it gets so busy. And speaking about it getting so busy, we have been we are currently on a long weekend.
Yes.
And last week was also a long weekend. How did you spend your Easters?
I was sleeping.
For real?
Man, I'm a child of God. As a child of God, you sleep. You say hi, God, amen, good night.
Yeah, so you also didn't go to church.
No, I was planning to go to church with some friends, but they woke up and they were not feeling well. So then we just ended up having lunch at a friend's place, and then we just chilled. And then what did we do? Sunday we chilled, and then Monday slept, cleaned my apartment, and just slept. Like, I think there's nothing I enjoy doing like sleeping, only because like
Yes.
during the week you get so busy. Like you're saying, you're constantly having to do stuff and having to balance a 9 to 5 as well as trying to balance the hustle at the same
Yes.
time. Like sometimes the only opportunity you get to sleep are like weekends or these long weekends. That same time you still need to look after yourself, you need to look after your apartment, there's so much that you need to do, and like these long
Crazy.
weekends, it's a good opportunity to just pull yourself back in and to look after yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what I like doing on long weekends. And in Kangel is on from under a blanket. That's where you can find me.
Yeah, and that's very safe because also, as I mentioned earlier on, Uti, I personally, and this is only a decision that I took, like, particularly last weekend.
Okay.
To say, you know what? Do I really actually want to go to church? Because, you know, everyone during Easter, they go to church.
But I really do miss church. It's just the thing of like finding a church this side that's like a safe space for a queer person.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's like a very difficult thing because like I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable with me being in their space at the same time, you know, trying to be very respectful to them as well. But yeah, no, I miss God in his house.
I absolutely do miss the church structure. However, I personally feel like it's not for me anymore. Like it doesn't cater for my needs anymore because as I've grown, like I see things, I observe things,
yes,
I learn things, and I'm a person who questions things a lot.
As you should.
Man, why is this structure like this? And this whole thing of church having like a hierarchy of a deacon, someone who gets to sit in front because they're a
why
VIP.
Can't I sit in front? You're the first one to go to heaven. Because of money VIP ticket,
you know, and there's just a lot of other dynamics that I basically had to break down to myself and get to understand. You know what? This is actually affecting how I communicate with God and how I serve Him. And now, if there's some sort of friction where that is concerned, it basically alters my my spirituality, not in a good way.
Yeah, I
definitely not in a good way. And so I just decided to say, you know what?
Let me cook.
Let me just leave the church structure entirely on its own and just basically deal with my relationship with God the best way I see fit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be a one-on-one now because I think this whole spiritual journey basically is not, it's not group work.
Yeah, it's never been.
You know, it's not group work. It's a one-on-one relationship. So I personally feel like I'm at that point now where I just want to focus on God and myself and basically listen to what He has to say without anyone having to alter whatever I do in my spare time and hey, because you know church has a lot of rules as well.
It has a lot of things in place,
like,
but I mean, I guess it's also this there because they really want to ensure that people have like the best in terms of their spiritual journey and where they reach and how they reach there. But if it wasn't for it being Easter, how else would you have spent that long weekend?
I don't know. I don't know, because even now, like, I thought maybe I was going to have a hectic weekend because, hey, you know, when it's a long weekend and when it's Easter, people also go to groove a lot. There's also, like, events and stuff like that. But my weekend is rather quiet. And I just decided to cook for my family, shop my hot cross buns because it's Easter. You know, I bake a lot. Is the past tense of bake? I baked, ne?
It's baked. I bake. We You picked it up on the way here.
I know it's not, ne? But I usually say it just to trigger people.
Oh, like when people say, when people say scrum or crew.
You get me?
I crew the whole night. What were you doing last night? I crew the whole night. He broke my heart.
You know.
Also, on long weekends, people like to unblock numbers that they shouldn't be unblocking.
Yeah, because they have a lot of time on their hands. They have a lot of time on their hands.
Buy
and
a watch. If you have time, buy a watch.
An idle mind is definitely the devil's playground because why are you going there?
That's a wild place.
Why are you going there?
Imagine now scrolling through unblocked numbers, seeing who do I release from prison today.
Imagine.
That's wild.
That's the reason why I blocked them in the first place.
Literally.
Let them stay there. Which comes back to the conversation, Yoguti. Like, I grew up in church.
Yeah.
Because my family was just very church based. And right now, I think if both of my parents were still alive, we would have a very different conversation around this whole church thing. You know what? And there's no one that is going to be left in this house.
Yeah.
We are all leaving for church and I am locking all the doors of this house. So I think because I'm not saying it's a disadvantage, but I think now I'm allowed the freedom to be able to express myself the way I see fit without actually thinking about what
will they say?
You know?
Well, now they're just having the conversations with Jesus and they're like, whoa, Phindi girl. Girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, because now I think they are up there. They understand where I'm coming from.
Yes.
And they know, okay, no, at least she's still trying to cater for her spiritual
and she's trying to make sure that her spiritual journey is also still in the forefront.
You know?
Yeah.
Definitely. Which comes to the conversation, Yoguti, I wanted to ask our listeners, and you as well, Yoguti, what's that one thing that you did all like your life usakhulu usamncane up until now that now you feel like ish you probably have grown out of?
Is there something I've grown out of? I don't know. I'd be lying. I'm not too sure. I think growing up, I wouldn't say church though, because church wasn't really a family thing. It was a more me decision growing up. I don't think there's anything that I've really grown out of. I'd say maybe growing up, I always thought I wanted to be a singer. I used to sing everywhere I went, 24/7. I was singing.
Because you do have a beautiful voice. I remember in the house you used to throw in notes here and there.
So it's something I'd say I've grown out of. I guess I don't really want to be a singer. I don't mind being like a backup singer. No one knows who I am. I'm there under some fake name. I'm just there on some amapiano track. But I'd say it's definitely something maybe I've grown out of, is singing. Also, I used to be someone who loves attention. And I always wanted the attention on me, and I'd always make things up.
You
so that
like
the
the
attention,
spotlight.
Yeah, I'm not like that as much anymore. Like, I still enjoy the spotlight, but I'm not someone who creates situations for the spotlight to now be on me. Growing up, I used to lie.
So you're not a cloud chaser?
Yeah, no, I used to lie growing up. I used to be like, yo, Phindi hit me. I'm so sad. Yo, guys, look at me.
For real?
I'm broken.
That's crazy.
I have this disease that no one can diagnose. Yo, oh, I'm so sad. Yo, guys, I liked attention growing up. And I just wanted it 24/7. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm being an honest child of God now. I grew out of that. I grew out of that. I started realizing that. Actually, I don't know what else I started realizing. I'd be lying there again. I don't know. I think as I matured, it was just something that clicked. Like, Sustan isn't. Sustan isn't, but Sustan isn't. It's like some things. This is not right. What about you?
Well, in based off of this context of the conversation that we're having, it's basically just church.
It's just church.
It's just church. I'm just like, you know what? No, man, I have outgrown this thing. It's not working for me anymore.
Do you think maybe it's like the church where you're in now, or just in general, the environment of church itself? Like, what if someone had to take you to another church?
Well, I think basically I feel like my family church has helped me so much in terms of my spiritual growth.
Yeah.
And they were a big contribution to my journey. Absolutely love that family. And I don't know, man, like I feel like for me they are the best church when I compare churches from Ngisakhula ngisamncane, because we only found this church in 2010. So we only started Ukonza Nabo in 2010 up until that's far. So everyone at home still goes. It's just me now.
It's just you.
You know? And
You're the black sheep.
I think that church is very lovely because they don't have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know some churches, every day there's something happening. Monday it's this, Tuesday it's this, Wednesday it's this. Thursday it's this.
Like, I'm just like, when will it ever end? So with my church, it's pretty quite chilled, ne? But also the conversations that I had in church amongst abazalwane themselves. You know, I just personally wish I would book my pastor to come give me a private sermon. To come and say, okay, no, not in that sense. No, subamtak.
Hey, you are not Phindi. Got a house call.
Not in that sense, but I feel like it dynamic abazalwane and the church itself has just turned out to make the church a very toxic place. You know?
That's true.
And
it can be like that.
The moment I see something that throws me off, it's chai.
So you get the ick.
Like, yes, I get the ick, and I'm
so
just like,
quickly.
Now I become lazy when I have to go to church and stuff like that. So I'm just like, So now what I do is usually, if I want to listen to a sermon, I'm gonna go on YouTube, Google something, Google a Bible verse, listen to a sermon about it, and just, Google more verses or just more sermons that are gonna help me understand that particular Bible verse a bit more. So yeah, man, I think that's pretty much quite it, Shem, guys. Church, it's been lovely, it's been good, but I have bowed out, and
for now,
yeah,
definitely. I mean, you could still go back. It could really just almost be like a season.
So you go vagasha here and there, but I think dedicating myself to a specific organization for purposes of spirituality, is not where it's not aligned with the spiritual journey. It's definitely not. It's definitely not, especially because guys, ne, yo, yabona. but I think we'll have this conversation someday. I want to know from you, what's that one thing that you have grown out of? You probably loved doing when you were still growing, but now you have grown out of. Do let us know on the Bogart Radio app and also on Twitter at Bogart Man Radio. Don't forget to use the hashtag Echoes of the City, because we all know that's where the conversation basically just never stops. We are still giving you the best music in terms of our top 10, and here is our number 9. And this one is by DJ Maphuma and XW. It's coming from their spiritual album, which dropped a couple of weeks ago, titled Ingomoya. And on this album, they feature Tatohati, Youngster, Nkosazana Daughter, and Utracy on, I think, maybe probably 6 to 7 songs
yeah.
on the project. It's definitely a lovely project to listen to. What an amazing body of work coming through live on Echoes of the City on Bogart Radio. The time right now is 47 minutes after the hour, 11 a.m. We are with you all the way till 1 p.m. to give you nothing but the best chats, the best vibes, the best conversations, the best energy. I'm telling you, Niti, the best music in terms of
the best.
Our top 10. Tyrese, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing the most.
You're doing the most. What are your plans for this weekend?
Sleep. I'm joking. I'm joking. Tonight I'm going to Triple S, Same Sex Saturday. It's just like a queer event. Queer people get together, have a great time.
Same Sex Saturday.
Yeah. So
where is it happening?
It's in Bram.
It's in Bram.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Bram.
Okay.
So like they usually have them all over the country. They'll have one in Cape Town. They have one in Joburg. They have one in Durban. Last year they recently took it to Mozambique.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
Like they really do like all these things. They're just really about celebrating queer people, having queer people in the same space. You know, like a lot of times we're always like, oh, queer people have so many rights. Queer people already have so many things. But like if you go, I don't know how it is for other queer people, but like when you go to a club and it's a majority straight club, sometimes you don't always feel as comfortable as a person.
True.
Also depending on how you are in terms of how you're presenting, you know, femme presenting, if you're mask presenting, depending on what you're attracted to, who you're attracted to, type of thing. So yeah, tonight I'm going to be going there with Nate and some of my friends, just to have a good time, just to chill, you know, celebrate Freedom Day. Well, it's not Freedom Day yet, but you know, it's gonna go into Freedom Day, have a great time, and then be like, oh, thank you, Mandela, you know. So now that you
everyone is just now out of the house and you guys have finally gotten together.
Yes, we have.
How's it been? Even with your boys,
it's been so great. Like we really are building a community and a friendship outside of what we had in the house, you know, and like we're able to spend time together, support each other's projects, support each other's journeys and what we're all going through. So it's really a great time. It's nice actually just being able to chill with people outside the house and just be like, okay, we're real human beings. We have feelings, we have families. We're able to talk about things that we weren't really necessarily able to speak about while we were in the house. Like you wouldn't be able to say, Uzanele Potelo, I went to go watch the movie Sinners type of thing. Have you seen like a lot of the promo about the movie?
I have actually. I have.
I didn't know it was going to be like a thriller.
I actually didn't expect that as well, but absolutely appreciate how now the media industry in South Africa is just like broadening its horizons to
they're doing so
my gosh
much.
I am absolutely.
Did you see that she was dressed for the premiere?
Actually
she looked so great.
I absolutely love my girl. Uzanele Potelo always has the most outstanding gowns. However, I was having this conversation with my other friend this other one time who actually is a photographer and shared a couple of images that he had taken from an event that she was hosting. So I think it was Take a Lot was doing something.
Oh, House of Beauty.
Yeah, so she was there as the host, and there was a yellow dress she was wearing. I'm actually always just questioning the colors of the dresses that she chooses.
Okay.
And then he was able to explain it to me. Good to know. This is one of the only people in the industry that are actually able to stick to the theme. So if Patty gold, the theme is gold, she will come there dripped in gold.
And one thing about Uzana, she never misses.
Yeah,
I love
she
her
will
so
come
much.
there dripped in gold. So I'm just like, why are her colors always just so extravagant? You know, like no, if an event says the theme is royal blue, she's will come rocking royal blue. You know,
that's true.
And her gowns are always outstanding. Like she always has the most outstanding.
And the
gowns.
people who style
Absolutely love her.
they know how to style her. Her hair,
Yes.
her makeup, like down to the type of shoe that they always put her in. And similar to how you're speaking, like booked and busy, she's always booked. I don't know how she does it.
She does Silly Matunzi. She's on Espresso.
She's traveling to
on
London
stages.
to interview people.
Oh my gosh, Zanele Potola, whatever you said in your prayers, please,
Copy paste.
please
Share with
copy
us.
and paste. Amen, Lord, because we always pray about being booked and busy, but also I think when you start being booked and busy, you're just like you start being a bit overwhelmed. Because I think for this weekend I'm very overwhelmed. I'm very overwhelmed because even right from here I'm even moving to Cotton Fest.
Exactly, imagine.
I'm moving to Cotton Fest.
I'm not from here, so I can be ready for tonight. Like, I want to go to Triple S and now I'm tired. Like, I love to enjoy the moment, whether it be a festival, whether it be a market, whether it be like, even if it's just time with friends.
Yes.
I don't want to get there and you don't want to get there and it's like, oh, why did we invite Phindi here?
Because now you're also like, you're sour, turned off, like, because you're just tired.
Bruh.
You're just tired. I'm praying I don't get to that point today because the fatigue.
Nah, today you're going to have to look after yourself.
Fatigue. Like, I always try to because I think on, when was this again? On Thursday, I attended Cowboy's album launch.
Yeah.
And straight from the album launch, there was, because with the media house that I'm currently working with now, Freshman Magazine, there's currently a new there's a new couple of shows that they want to put out.
Okay.
So we are, and I'm on a couple of those shows, and after the launch, we had to go straight to studio to shoot. So we were actually having a studio camp. We slept in the studio, just shooting and stuff like that, and I don't know, man. And then I had to just wake up, continue shooting because we also had to like just be on the roll because these pilots need to be out because sponsors want us. Things are moving now. So now they always just like, let's just put out this work now as soon as possible so that we can just get a lot of things out of the way so we can focus on all of these events that are happening. So I didn't really get much sleep from Thursday. And then yesterday I went to Timen's Express birthday celebration. Absolutely love him. He's done phenomenal things in the Amapiano sphere. For me, currently, I don't think anyone comes close to him. Absolutely love my homeboy, Cowboy, because I mean, we all from the East End. Shout out to Youngstana, shout out to Scott's Maphuma, shout out to
Scott is catching strays.
Hey, Scott's my attitude. Shout out to Scott's my attitude.
He's catching strays. If I don't want to, I don't want to.
No, but Mina, I feel like as a person in the music industry, I get where he's coming from. Also, this whole thing comes with a bit of like a sense of entitlement. Fans sometimes, man, are entitled. They're overly so.
I think for me, there has to be like a balance. Like these are the people who support you. These are the people who love you. These are the people who really want to make sure.
That's true.
And when they see you, they get so excited. And I feel like there needs to be some type of like, I don't know how the balance will work.
Yes.
Like, you see someone you love, you want to engage with them.
Yes.
I feel like in Johannesburg there's just really a culture of celebrities are celebrities, but we don't engage with celebrities. Like, you see them, we're like, okay, sharp.
There's no paparazzi culture like they have overseas.
Yes.
That's true.
There's no paparazzi culture, but I think like sometimes like you're gonna see your fave. Like I remember the first time I bumped into Zanele Potelwa. I told myself the whole night I wasn't gonna do it until I was just like, I can't. I went up to him like, hi girl, like I have to come and introduce you for stuff. Like, I love you so much.
I love your work. I love you.
I love you so much, type of thing. And the thing is that I know of her and I've known her because the same person who taught me how to be on radio is someone who went to school with her and they're in the same industry as her. So they would keep on referring to her. So I then fell in love with her journey as well.
With her journey.
I didn't ask for a picture though because I was like, oh, that might just be cringe.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be cringe because they're like, I want to be just like you. What do you mean? I don't want to be here like fangirling.
No, facts.
But I get where Scott is coming from. But sometimes I feel like there's some things that we need to be careful how we share them on the internet.
Yes.
You don't want to make the people who love you mad.
A round of applause to that because it was a conversation we have been having with Osfiso, the guy from Piano Pulse.
Yes.
We were like with the batch of artists that are coming out now, a lot of these artists think the industry is TikTok.
It's not.
And the industry, the music industry, the entertainment industry as a whole is not just TikTok. There needs to be like some sort of like training with how you handle yourself, how you speak, how you walk, how you talk, how you deal with yourself as a brand. Because at the end of the day, when all has been said and done and the music has been put aside, because with them piano, also my piano it's a very fast-paced sphere.
New people come in every day.
Every week there's a new hot amapiano artist and there's a new track that's trending on TikTok and luckily for Scott, because he's mad talented anyway, Vyak is so catchy that it's been able to sustain him through 2024, and he's also still here.
Yes.
But also now these people just have to be I think they just have to be trained by their management to be able to handle themselves as brands.
PR training.
And PR training is
so important.
Very, very
even just
important.
General like emotional intelligence.
Yeah, like these things are just things that people need to take into consideration, especially if you're a person who's selling your art to the public. Because now a lot of people get so mad that they cannot separate the art from the artist. So if unkwatisile because you don't want to take a picture with me, I will now start boycotting your music as well, because so you're bored and now you sound whack. Now I start hearing your music differently because you didn't want to take a picture with me, or you were rude towards me.
It's hard when what you have to sell is you. It's hard that when you have to sell, if it's you and now people don't want it, and that means they don't want you. Brands don't want to work with you. People are going to want you.
It's the same situation with Unontle Tema. You remember what happened with Unontle Tema when like the whole industry just cancelled her art because she just started saying nasty things on Twitter. Like she was on a rant. Like she just went AWOL on Twitter. She just started saying things and people just got so mad, man. People, even like celebrities that used to work with her, even started distancing themselves
because
away
they
from
know
her
themselves that if you associate yourself with people who are going to get cancelled, then it's like, okay, even you.
Yeah.
They're going to start cancelling you. And who wants to lose money?
See? Who wants to lose money? Because at the end of the day, it's business, And shout out to her because she always just is on public platforms sharing her story. With guys, the cancel culture is too real. It's too real, and unfortunately, there's no coming back from it.
Yeah,
there is no coming back from it.
Carrie Hilson tried though.
Hey,
I mean, it was an album. Yeah, it was an album. Yeah. I mean, someone had to release the music. He couldn't stay locked up forever.
Had to release the music.
Shout and I'm sure there are people who
Carrie
like it.
Hilson, my girl. Oh my gosh. You know that lady contributed so much to the pop culture in the era of
2010. Pretty Girls Rock.
Oh, Pretty
Energy.
Oh, Knock You Down, baby.
Knock You Down. You see, those are hits.
One of the biggest songs yet.
Oh,
like, and I don't think we are ever gonna.
They still play it.
Exactly. And imagine, have you ever heard that song drop in a club?
You go crazy.
We go crazy. Like, because also I personally feel like we're never gonna be able to get such music again. I mean, imagine Kanye West, Carrie Hilson, Neo on one song. Do you think we're gonna be able to get like Amatrio Anjalo, like collabs like that this day?
I mean, it depends on how like you look at music and how you perceive music. I mean, everyone always wanted like a Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj type of thing, and we never got it.
We never got it. Yeah, but I think that would like shut the world down, eh?
I would die. No, we would die.
Imagine 3 goats in one
song. But like, if you think of current strongs today, Boss SZA, her,
yes.
I mean, if SZA and her to do a song together, that would maybe be cute. But I feel like they sound really similar. So I don't know what the thing would be. Oh, but maybe like something like, who's this? Doechii.
Oh, Doechii. Oh, I've actually started listening to her. Especially
I love her
after
music.
she won the Grammys, ne?
Yes.
And then after that, I was just like, who's this girl? Because I've been seeing her. I started following her.
I love her.
Oh, she is so lovely.
I love her. So maybe like, because I feel like she's really up and coming. So maybe something like her, Tyler. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who would be another very strong girl in the industry. I'm trying to think who would be another really strong girl to put there, because like there are so many strong girls, like even in South Africa, like in the South African music space. If you think of it, like Elaine just released her own EP again.
Really? But why are people quiet about that?
It wasn't it like even last year? She even had an album launch.
For real?
Guys, which world do we live in here? I love Elaine so much. Like I love her music.
I love her, ne? I love her. But also, this is I think that we should have this conversation. I don't know, bruh. This whole thing of artists relocating to different countries, like how Nasty C and Elaine did.
Yeah.
And then only to find out so maybe things are not working out for them the way they had anticipated.
Yes.
And then they come back here to South Africa, or they go back to their respective countries.
Yeah.
To probably start over, because it's always okay to start over. But now I don't know where the friction becomes now, because consumers of her music are not receiving her the same anymore.
Really?
Yeah, and the hype is not the same around her anymore.
Yeah, the hype is not the same.
You know, because also she apparently she was opening for Thames. She opened for Thames.
Yo, it was amazing.
During a concert. Were you there?
I was there. It was. She's an artist.
You know,
like
she is.
I'm a Thames fan, but I'm not a Thames stan.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a stan of Elaine. I love Elaine.
Yes.
I've loved Elaine's music from when her first EP came out, right?
Yes.
And so like I basically went to the Thames concert because I was like, I want to see Elaine. That's literally why I was there. I was hoping she would perform some of the music from her recent EP. She did Weekend Special. It was like, she's a performer. She's a singer. She can do all these things.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I just love her so much. As for the people not receiving her the same, I think that the people who fell in love with her when she first released her EP have grown up.
Yes.
Like, we were in university then.
Bruh, that EP shook me.
Risky?
Like, it shook me because it was a sound that we were not used to in
As
South Africa.
Africans, yes.
Like
but now there are so many South African artists who are coming with this new alternative neo soul
Absolutely
R&B,
love it.
and there's so many people to listen to. And do you know, when I realized, similar to what you're saying, when I was able to think, damn, Elaine is really fighting for her spot back in the industry, was when I went to go watch the Tyler concert.
Yes.
And they had, who's this lady? They had Falala.
I'm not familiar with her.
I wasn't familiar with her until I went there.
So she also has the same sound.
She had an opening. She was the opening act for
Tyler. Amazing.
I was like, wow, why didn't they use Elaine to open for Tyler? I was like, Elaine
but that
opened
would
for
make
Tyler. I was like, but Elaine, in most minds, should be almost at the same level
as Tyler.
Because of how long she's been in the industry, how hard she's been working. Yes, I mean, she has been releasing music.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know, but I still love her. I always love her. She'll always be my girl.
Absolutely love her. And I personally also just feel like, I don't know, man. Yes, guys, I'm a management man, and I see sometimes I have failure.
They really do.
I have failure because also I saw, I think I saw one of her music videos that dropped, I think, last year late.
Okay.
And I absolutely didn't like the creative direction in that music video. You know, and you know, as an artist, when you have an entire team behind you that is able to guide you and say, okay, no, this is the idea that we have. This is how you can push it. And then, hey, that music video, and a lot of people were just on Twitter. They were bashing that music video. And when I went to go look at it, I was just like, my girl Elaine, I love you, but your team is doing you wrong. Like, your team is doing you wrong.
That's why she went solo again. I think she's solo again. I don't know.
She's independent now.
I think so.
Yo,
we need a fact check.
Yeah, we need
we need to someone to check our facts.
We definitely do need a fact checkers. But shout out to Elaine. She's been doing amazing, and yeah, absolutely love her work. And yeah, man, I'm absolutely looking forward to just seeing these artists with a different sound like come up, man.
I love it.
Because I mean, when last did you hear a different sound, like something entirely different, you know? And speaking of entirely different sounds, Iplan, when you remember the era of Iplan, when Iplan came through, absolutely lovely. Itri Step was not really appreciated by consumers of music in South Africa. However, it has been a genre that has been put up, you know. Now the sound is really growing so much, and it brings me great pleasure to bring it to our citizens on Echoes of the City as part of our top 10. This one is one of my favorites from Mchezwe and Tugutela. Absolutely loved watching them perform it at Cowboys album launch, and I'm looking forward to an amazing body of work that they will be putting out really soon. Shout out to these boys because they're also from the East End, and that's where I'm at.
Guys, from the East End.
Guys, East End has done nothing but produce stars.
Sizalwa East Rand, most the whole of South Africa.
The whole of South Africa. Currently, if you are not from the East End, you want to be from the East End.
I don't want to be from the East End.
Has produced stars, bruh.
I'm from the Eastern
Cape. Who's this? Brenda Fassie.
The Eastern Cape has also produced stars.
It has, Mara guys. Nothing comes close to the East End. Lira.
We are going to argue. Let's hear the music. We are going to argue. Let's hear this song.
Let's hear the music and let the music talk for itself. Here's another one called Uzizwa Ganjani. These boys, but let's baba rohopanje in terms of split sheets and I did promise the citizens we will bring in someone who's actually at the back end of the music business, who's gonna just be there to like let us in terms of the business of the music, because you come across an artist that has a big song. The song trends, the song is big. The song, the artist is gigging, booked and busy, so hot, social media, and now you are the talk of the town. And then that period ends. They're like, it's a phase. This whole thing ain't gonna. It's definitely a phase.
That trend.
And then you stop trending, and then now you just realize, oh, damn, this song actually made money, and I didn't.
The royalties are not coming to you.
Yeah, and now
when
you're
they
just
did
like,
Samro, they didn't put your name.
That's why it's important for people that start music as a business to be able to understand this thing is a business and they need to study
and they need to read their contracts.
Yeah, but also,
but I get it. Like, we
contract.
get so excited. Like
exactly.
the moment you get your first opportunity,
yes.
It's like I need to jump.
Yeah, I don't
want to miss my opportunity.
Imagine my producer comes to me and says, "Let's go to studio." Oh wow! I will not even think about a contract. I will say right now, let us go.
Let me go.
Because you just want to work and you want to work with these prominent names and you just want your work out there. I would come by in contract.
And I definitely think like sometimes a lot of people, what we really don't take into consideration is that it's not just being on the forefront of things that makes you famous.
True.
It's how much work is actually done in the back end.
Yes.
Like we might see you everywhere booked and busy, but how much of that money are you getting?
How much
is going to your manager? How much is now going to the people who are helping you get those gigs? I mean,
facts.
Even influencers these days have managers.
Yes.
So now when you're working through, let's say you're working through The Salt or you're working through a web influencer, now there's these places where influencers can put their things and then they'll get chosen for campaigns.
Yeah.
So then what those sites do, they'll be like, okay, Phindi, we're going to use you for Bogart upcoming campaign.
Mm-hmm.
The budget is so much. You are going to get your rate cuts is that you pay 50K for a post. We're going to add our 10% onto that.
Okay.
So then that's what they sell to the client.
Okay.
Right? Then your manager comes and is like, no, I'm the one who's managing Phindi.
Mm-hmm.
So I also need my 10 or 20% as well. Then Phindi must pay the people who are going to shoot.
Yeah.
Because maybe she's gotten to a stage where she's no longer just a micro or a nano influencer.
Yes.
She's a mega. She has a huge following. People do the recording. People do the editing. People must be paid for all of that. When you shoot a music video, when you go to studio, when you are recording, there's a producer, there's a mixer, there's someone who must create the sound. You might just be a vocalist. There's so much that goes into like being in the creative space, and there's so many people who need to get paid their dues.
Yes, that's
Read
true.
your contracts.
Hey.
Don't just agree because you want your picture on the front page.
Some people, sometimes contracts don't even exist in some agreements because.
Hey, verbal agreement. Yeah, Phindi, I'll come and do the show.
We are friends. Tyrone is my friend, and he called me now to come make a song with him, and now this song now is topping the charts.
And what am I getting? I'm getting, oh my gosh, we love your voice.
Oh, but that's not paying the bills though.
You are still living.
That's not
and
paying
there's no
the bills.
rent coming in. We're streaming that song. We are streaming that song that time.
No, people still do have a lot to learn, and I also have a lot to learn because I'm also going into the
that
music
space.
industry.
Yeah.
As a DJ, I personally feel like I still also have a lot to learn. I am knowledgeable about a lot of things in the industry. However, for my sake,
I think there's never, I don't think in any sort of space, whether it be creative, entertainment, even corporate or public, there's never a point where one can reach when they can say like, yeah, I know it all. There's constantly going to be things that you need to know so that you can stay on top of your game. You don't ever want to be left behind.
Yes.
And I feel like within the entertainment and music creative space, you have to constantly be learning and growing yourself.
True.
The moment you don't learn and grow yourself, that's when things become tricky because you're going to be left behind.
You're going to be left behind, and it's a conversation that it's a conversation that needs to be had in Gule space.
With our citizens, we need to let them be here.
Especially the young cats that are coming up now. That are new.
Not the young cats.
The young cats.
Cool cats, dude. We are the cool cats.
Do they even know cool cats? Those ones, Jay? I doubt because they were not there. You had to be there.
I'm at 2000. I'm a mouse with tap. Bye. Bye. Bye.
They don't. Absolutely. Some cool cats used to make me mad because they never read my letters, bro. I used to write them letters. There's where you
would
had to write the letters. Bruh, I would go to the post office, buy a sticker for 2 rand, buy an envelope for 5 rand. Yes, and then I think I had to pay like something around 12 rand for the letter to be.
And they never read yours.
Sana, every single month.
We must DM
I would,
them. Do they have an Instagram? Twitter?
I don't know. I just hope they do.
We must let them know you never read my letter. I'm cancelling you.
I just hope they do. Do send in your song requests as well because we also want to play your music. We also want to know what you would like to hear on our airwaves. We also want to know what you are doing actually for this weekend because it's the last long weekend. And last long weekend is supposed to see Trowenini because oh my gosh. So now we also need to get out there, have fun and just experience man impilo emnandi yama long weekend because oh my gosh. Mara mina sengikhulumelani because I for one
are you living your best life?
Very tired. Even now, guys, I'm evaporating. I told Tyrone on WhatsApp in the morning, I'm like, I'm evaporating.
You're becoming gas.
I know I'm becoming gas, like literally, guys, because the work never stops. But I prayed for busy days like these.
You're living in your answered prayers.
Because I haven't adjusted to this busy schedule. As you said, you are trying now to incorporate energy supplements into
I don't want to be drinking
these
energy drinks and that. I'm trying to really be. I want to be healthy. Like I don't want to be drinking these energy drinks and then boom. You crash.
Because caffeine is not actually
the healthiest
good for your health.
For you.
And I'm a very big fan of energy drinks, not because of the caffeine, but I just like the taste.
Literally on my way back from Groove last night, I said, I need to stop and get me something to drink because today I know I have a lot that I need to get through.
Yes.
I thought, no, wait, let me just sleep. Let me drink water. I'll get the energy drink during the day, I'll get it later type of thing because those energy drinks, they can become addictive.
Yeah, they do. Actually, they do become addictive. And I'm trying to live without them, but trying.
Trying is a hard word.
I'm actually trying, guys, because the anxiety that comes with having a lot of caffeine, it's not. And I'm just an anxious person, Vela, in general. So
anxiety. It doesn't get sold up.
Now imagine just adding onto it with the energy drink. Hope you guys are still having an amazing time chilling with myself and Tyrese. We do have a song request coming through on the app from our loyal citizen Mzansi. Absolutely love her. We haven't heard from her in a while though. When Mzansi, you've been very absent and
the class list, we've been seeing you're absent and Rebecca doctors know to know.
We definitely want a doctor's note because she has been one of the most loyal citizens. Shout out to her. And because she has been very loyal, I am deciding to play the song that she has requested. And it's a Likompo genre song actually.
Banana.
So Likompo is actually making its
comeback. It's growing.
It's growing in 2025, and with the likes of Abushandesh having shining the light to it, and Naboshebeshit and them, and now it's becoming a whole lifestyle because even there's events now centered around the genre Yeli Kompo. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us. If you want a chorus,
he got you.
If you want a chorus, oh my gosh, he is a cheat code. He definitely is a cheat code, and that one is Abazazi Bafunani coming through from Big Zulu, and the title and he features MT on that one, and this one is on his album that's dropping. No, I think it already dropped last week actually. It launched on Friday because I was also attending the launch at Spitz. The album is called Ikala Lempumelelo. The whole internet was there, I'm telling you. I was even shocked that you were not there because everyone from Big Brother was there.
Wasn't it the Thursday? I was at the...
It was on a Thursday,
I was at the Mzansi thing.
Oh.
It was on the
okay.
same day.
Oh, with the
Because I know-
YMZ event.
Yes, I was at the YMZ thing.
Yeah, no, that event, yo. Yeah, I wanna guys, Mabati. He came through, that guy, with that launch. Like, I specifically feel like also, if you're gonna invite people and make the event like a whole private setting, be able to cater for us. If it's private, you must cater, you know, for specific people. If you're going to invite people, then be able to cater for them. Because there was an open bar. Ooh. Unfortunately,
You drank
I was
juice,
already in my break, in my, oh
Your
my
90
gosh.
days.
There was an open bar. There was just like everywhere you turned, there was finger foods everywhere. There was even a huge mountain of Ferrero Rochers. That was,
I get it. The
dude.
theme was gold.
Yes, the theme was gold. So
What was it?
everything
It was gold and
it was black and gold. The theme.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
looked
gosh.
so good.
Everyone
And
was
then
there.
Sue showed up in a
dripped.
black and blue jacket. Choma.
Yeah, and the people had him on Twitter. Yeah, people had him on Twitter because of that outfit. But like, I'm just like, guys, I think it's Swiss at the end of the day. But we all know that's how
Yeah.
Swiss is.
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
him.
just imagine him there in a suit, because almost
He was
everyone
never.
there was just in a suit, and I also tried looking a bit formal. When I guys feel like it's formal young khama.
That's exactly what he says.
Oh, I feel like, oh my gosh. Oh my god.
But
I
you know,
feel
there's
so-
something about a guy who wears a formal suit. I don't know what it brings across differently.
Yeah, like you.
People just,
It's like hated.
when no Fundis. No wonder you want private sessions with some Fundis. Kakuthaba, I'm afraid of you. This personal journey alone. Is it because he wears a suit now? So now the Fundis is different.
No, it's not really that. But yo, guys, this suit, there's this power thing, man. It just,
Exactly.
you know?
And don't you think that really goes into what's this new show? Eyamatot.
Yeah.
It really talks about Eyamatot and
Madoda.
about how stepfathers are really pulling up, showing men in a different light to what we're seeing.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. I'm looking forward to that show. Being again, and I have been complaining a lot, especially the citizens. They definitely do know. Uguti, I've been complaining a lot about shows that are being put out to the extent where I was just not watching TV anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, I'm not happy, man, about these shows because, hey, yeah, no. At least Emoja Live is the one that's really relatable right now because they tackle the depths of the. They
But
tackle the
Women for
depths of my
Change, they put out
issue.
a whole petition.
Oh, with the whole thing,
saying-
oh my gosh. Unfortunately, that thing had to be put out there, ne? Mara, that's the reality of almost every second home in our black communities. In communities in general. That is the reality. That is exactly what
But do you think,
happens.
like, putting it on such a public platform, do you think it either creates a narrative of promoting this type of thing or it creates a narrative of this is what's happening and we're creating awareness?
People think, a vast majority think it's promoting GBV.
Yeah.
And however, I feel like, well, if they didn't show that, it still was going to happen. You know? So it's not necessarily an issue of them promoting it. I think the thing here is how people received it. People were triggered, you know? I didn't like seeing that as well.
Yeah.
Watching that for me, I was just like, oh my gosh, you know? But
And
now
Moja
I
Love-
can't throw hate on Moja Live.
Yeah, Moja Love did respond. Sorry to interrupt. Like Moja Love did respond. They do say that like with all the shows that they have, they do provide counseling. They do provide support
Yes.
for the people that are on the shows that are there as well. So I guess it is a very difficult thing to see and to engage with. I mean, it's what we're fighting.
Yes.
It's what we're trying to change about our
every
country.
Single day. Every single day, we're just trying to advocate against the GBV and causes that are alike, you know?
Yeah.
And I just personally feel like that had to be shown out there. We have to see these things. Like, we have to talk about them, you know?
We can't be quiet about issues.
Exactly.
Like we can't just make it a hashtag and then the hashtag dies out.
Exactly. You know? Just like how this whole justice for Kwekwe thing now has just
And it's
been-
really going tough there.
it's-
It's really going tough. Like I saw the other day on Twitter. That thing is with X, man. Not Twitter, with X. Like you just don't know sometimes how much of what you're consuming can be trusted. Sometimes I feel like people post because they really want a clout. They want to create I don't know, people just really want
they want
a
people
following.
to talk.
Yeah. Like they were talking about how Koko's mom is going through it because she's not getting anywhere. There's no progress moving
Yes.
in the case. And I'm like, that is the truth of the justice system that we're in. And how many
the reality.
young people, how many South Africans go through that, where their cases end up stuck in dockets and nothing's happening.
That's true.
And like on the flip side, now we're going to have this show, Matoto, that's going to be showing us a very different light of men.
Yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. So this one show is specifically going to shine the spotlight on stepfathers who step up not just in the home, but in the face of biological fathers who have been missing in action.
Imagine.
Yeah. So
imagine now when you see your wife and child on TV, or when as utata, and you're seeing another man taking care of your family, and then your friends are like,
the embarrassment. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing what the reality around that whole situation is, because a lot of these conversations are never had on these platforms, And I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna have 13 episodes, and it is hosted by actress Umanaka Ranaka. So also definitely looking forward to seeing what she has to share with us, because I'm a platform are actually like just very sensitive and emotional,
and it needs you to also be able to like handle the situation and like how to engage with with shows like with shows like Utatako, with shows like Gugitila, with those shows that actually deal with real life issues that just don't need vibes. Some people are just out there for vibes and no solutions. Shout out to Muzi the Boozy. Like that guy speaks something that will just live within you, and I'm just always like just vibes, no solutions. That's wild.
And these casting directors that pick these presenters for shows, like shout out to them, because it would be like, I don't know, it would be so hectic, right? Too, because there's also another show that's called Abandoned. That's on Mzansi Magic. It's hosted by Maphuma, who also relates to the story,
who understands the struggle.
She was abandoned by her father at a really, really young age, and she also still is actively trying to foster a relationship around that. And she also is speaking out about it. I'm still not in good terms with my dad, because dude, where were you all this time? Where have you been? And for her to be put on such a show, and having watched the show and the resilience and the strength that she has to just carry on such an emotional journey. I every single day. And every single episode. And
the one thing about crying is you will cry.
You will cry.
One thing about crying, you will cry.
Whether you like it or not, you will definitely cry. Shout out to them. Definitely looking forward to seeing that it's going to be coming out on Mzansi Magic as well. So DSTV guys, it's not that bad. People were just complaining, they are paying 440. Okay, so I think the premium right now, the compact subscription is around like 450, 480, something close to 500 rand. So a lot of people are just not happy. So why are we paying 500 rand? Guys, Anaconda one. Like in 2025, come on, dude.
But also
Karate Kid.
You know what you like watching. Why would you go and get DSTV if you know that you can get DSTV Stream, or you can watch PSL on Showmax?
Yeah.
Like now, as uzazi, man, you don't need to throw yourself into having everything because everybody has it.
Yes.
If you know that you don't watch sport, you don't watch the news, don't go to DSTV.
But I think now because people like the internet, like the content that's being put out on the internet specifically. I'm a podcast. Mzansi Magic then resoluted to
they went and got
channels.
Those podcasts.
You know.
I was like, that's so wild for them to. And for some of them, I'm like, these podcasts don't have to adhere to any broadcasting rights. They don't have to adhere to any broadcasting laws. The internet is not censored. Now you're gonna put them on a TV show.
On the TV,
where people like, what if now people start?
That was exactly
that's what I'm worried
my
about. That's actually what I'm really worried about. It's like, especially like podcast and chill.
How many lawsuits have they filed against that network specifically because of the things that have been said on that platform?
And that platform, it's very raw. It's very straight to the point.
Yes.
Sol and Maggie really do what they do, and they do it well.
Yes.
And now to put it, I think I just want to see how it's gonna run.
Yeah, and I also want to see how it's gonna play out, because with TV, there's a whole lot of censorship going on in television. So I don't know how they're gonna handle that whole thing. I just wish to.
I just hope it doesn't get micromanaged.
I think it is gonna get micromanaged
because now it's like the podcasts are gonna lose what makes the podcast the podcast. That authenticity. I mean, now we're having like awkward dates. Awkward dates is a really
lovely.
It's such a great show. Now we're gonna put it there. Okay, Shab, now we can watch it. Is it now gonna be micromanaged by the higher ups? Are they now going to dictate who goes where, who does what interviews, everything?
What do you say? Who do you talk to? Who do you...
That time, like, Lasis's already been doing such a great job at who he picks and how he picks them.
Yes,
so that's the one thing I was also worried about.
Yeah, no, I just hope. I hope, yes. Because also for me, that was my first concern. Yeah, now, a lot of things now, these shows are not going to be as authentic because ETV is... so also I just wish to know the structure around that whole thing. Guti, are they buying episodes that are already on there, or now are they shooting for DSTV? Meaning now, if they're going to be shooting for DSTV, then there's going to be a whole lot of censorship. Don't say this.
Don't say this.
Don't be political.
This. Yeah.
Don't ask them if they smashed. And McG, that's the first question he always wants to know. Did you smash? And I think, I don't know, maybe that's what got him to where he is right now, having been considered as one of the biggest one of the biggest podcasts actually in Africa. So yeah, shout out to them. Also, speaking all things TV, Married at First Sight Mzansi as renewed.
I saw it.
Love it.
They'll catch me dead before I decide to do that. I know, but
why though?
Married at First Sight.
Why though? When I would, yes.
You would?
Like I would, bruh.
Never.
Like,
never.
If I was, the thing is, when the casting call for Married at First Sight came out, they were looking for the most relatable people from all walks of life. So they made the auditions public. They just made a public casting call. So now, if you are single and you're looking for love in the most unconventional manner,
but Married at First Sight, Sana, I would do it. It wasn't working for you on Tinder. It wasn't working for you on Hinge.
Yeah,
you couldn't fall in love in the club. Yes. You were not having someone approach you at work. You could not go to the grocery store and someone was asking for your number. Pella, you got and walked down the street and no one said, I like you.
Yes.
And now you're telling me you're going to go to Married at First Sight.
Yeah, why not?
In a country like South Africa.
Yeah, definitely in a country like South Africa. I think that's what's going to add the spice to it. We understand it because...
Do they know what divorce looks like?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't want to say I don't have faith in the system or I don't have faith in... But like... How are you? What are you doing to say who you're putting me up with?
Actually,
like what tests are you putting us through to say that this is the best match?
We are compatible,
Because living with someone.
Oh, that's another thing. That's actually another conversation.
Cleaning up after someone.
Oh,
someone who doesn't know how to look after themselves. Someone who leaves things everywhere. Someone who doesn't like cooking. Someone who likes to eat things that you don't like. Now when you come home, it smells like fish because the person you likes fish. And you're like opening all the windows. When you like to be warm, this person likes the aircon on. These are things what you learn in the talking stage. You get rid of them quickly.
During the dating stage.
Now you're married. In community of property. Without an anti-nuptial contract.
Imagine.
That's wild. Okay, but I doubt they'll do that.
Some people with the marriage, they choose to continue with the marriage after the show and officialize it. And some they just choose to be like, because with the 4 couples that were in the previous season, there's this one specific couple, specifically Utami. Utami and who's this lady? Zitobile. Tami and Zitobile. So with this specific show, guys, they have a panel of psychologists.
Yeah.
Who assess.
Yeah,
I
can act like I'm a totally different person.
That analyze these
people. And then
and are like, okay, no, you'd be great with this one. You'd be great with this one, especially if you say, no, I just want a humble man. I want a, good-looking man. I want a Chris Brown.
Did you know I don't mind if he doesn't look great? I mind,
Sana, cause
I mind. Now you pair me with someone who's a one. On national TV.
On national television.
And I must say I do. As soon as I'll walk off. I'm walking off set. I'm walking out now. I saw the inborn.
Real.
So post and doni sandla sakho.
Yo, imagine, bro, on national TV. So that couple specifically, Utamino Zitobile, they were not very happy with themselves, each other.
Yes.
First day, because when Zitobile walked in, he was like, okay, I don't want a short man, yellow bone.
You see?
Gold.
You see?
Oh my gosh.
You see these things? These people, like, you see how important it is to marry at first sight?
Yeah.
It's like when you order chicken and then they bring fish.
Yeah, and it's just like,
who's going to eat this? And
now you must eat. Because we would like lash.
I was going to walk out of that. I was going to walk off of that section.
Yeah.
If they bring someone I'm not attracted to.
So
what are you going to do?
I mean, I was going to write it out, but
I never. I must write it out for the what?
Yeah.
I never. What if you like? There are so many icks in people for me to be married at first sight.
Yeah, they are, Shem, and I think that show really exposed.
What if the person doesn't wash properly?
Exactly.
Now
it exposes all of those dynamics, because now these couples, as they are getting married at first sight,
they're getting to know each other.
They actually get to live that on that very same day they are getting married. They are moving in together, and they have to stay together for a period of about.
Isn't it like 3 months?
Yeah, I think 90 days. Yeah, I think it's 90 days. So now, I'd
rather do Love is Blind.
So now the couples now have these interactions where it's just like, I know I must pick up after you. Dog, you don't even wash your socks. You throw them all over the place. Now there's those frictions about okay, do you really want to get married at first sight?
I never. You can count me out. I'd rather do something like Love is Blind or Love Island. At least with Love is Blind, like you're getting to know the person, and when you reveal to each other, you can then decide, okay, actually, let me leave the situation. Or Love Island, you engage, you have fun, it's an orgy, whatever. The type of thing, But for marriage, like I think I take marriage so seriously. I'm such a lover boy at heart.
Yes.
Like I'm literally someone who really just wants to be in love, and I want to take care of my partner. I want my partner to take care of me. For me to meet you today and say
I do
I'm
right
delusional,
now,
but I'm not crazy.
Yeah, so this reality show where couples are matched by experts and meet for the first time at the altar on their wedding day. Crazy. Has been greenlit for season 2, and this new season premieres on the 6th of July at 6 o'clock on Mzansi Magic. Usually at first it was on Showmax at first. So now I think Mzansi Magic has this thing with Showmax, and it's just like, just bring it here. just bring it over. And yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the whole dynamic, man. I'm looking forward to it. When I sent to Live, I actually seen somebody.
I wish. I'm seeing myself in the mirror.
Alrighty. He's seeing himself in the mirror. So are you single?
I'm so
because sometimes, guys, people are single, but their private parts are not.
That's wild. I'd never say that on radio. I'd never admit to such me. I'm a virgin. When my mother's listening.
Same Sana.
I'm pure. Nah.
Some people can be single, man. Some people are not single.
Nah, I'm single.
You are single because you're not married.
I'm single.
Oh, okay. That's the best way I answer that question. I'm just like, I'm single because I'm not married.
I'm not in a relationship. I mean, I'm single.
Are you single?
Yeah, let's finish this. I don't want to continue that one. That's all right.
I mean, I'm sure you are talking, and talking is not such
people
a
are talking
bad
to
thing.
me, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. No, I get you.
Yeah, I'm engaging with people.
I get you.
I think it's weird because, like, the dating pool is awkward now.
It's really awkward.
Especially post-show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never quite sure how genuine someone's intentions are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm single. I'm ready to mingle, but I'm very cautious on how I mingle.
Yeah,
I'm very cautious on how I mingle. I don't just like letting anyone into my space.
If it's you're a public figure, so you also need to be.
Yo, anti-Bawali PR relationship. Someone DM me if you want a PR relationship. Let's make it work.
Hey, because this couple thing is actually a thing. These social media couples are actually a thing. Would you date someone in the industry though?
So, pre me being in the industry, I never wanted to be with someone who's in the industry because I was very much like, now people are going to be like, oh, the only reason you got this is because of Opined.
Okay.
You know, I'm always running away from such things. But at the end of the day, you can't always avoid who you love and who you like.
Yes.
You know, the heart does want what it wants. Even the private parts, they want what they want. So,
shout out to them.
I'm open to being with someone in the industry. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's my first option. Pella me, I have a very small dating pool.
No.
Already I'm choosing men to date. Ne?
Yes.
Now I have to find men that are queer. Then you must find men who are open about their queerness. Because I'm not going to be dating someone's father after 9.
So as you go on and filter it, like
the pool becomes...
small.
Then you start adding the things. You know, we all have a type. Now you start adding your personal preferences to these things. You say attractive, cut out 50% of the population.
Okay.
You say tall, cut out another. That's got. Who's tall in South Africa?
Oh, who's tall? Actually, you are saying that. I was actually saying that right this morning with my producer. I'm like, you know what? Like in South Africa, because everyone, a freshman magazine is like short. Like everyone is just short.
Let me tell you something.
Guys, where are tall men in Mzansi?
I'm a tall person.
Yeah.
Where do I find someone taller than me? I also want to be petite.
Yeah.
You know, you also want to feel. You also want to feel something. Now you're telling me I must be the. Like, I have nothing against short kings.
Yeah,
love them. They're gorgeous.
Look down on them.
You know, we must. I never. So, like, the moment you start adding so many things to, like, your preference in terms of what you're looking for, I feel like the dating pool just becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Now you don't have as many places to look for. Maybe that's why I must go to Married at First Sight. Yeah. Hit me up. I'll go and get married at first sight. Just choose someone who looks like Maphuma.
Yeah. Okay, now at least we know what your spec.
Yeah,
it's
no.
like, you know.
Like throughout my audition process, like they'll ask you, like, what's your type?
Yes.
Who's the type of person you're willing to be with? I'm like, me, at any point, if I see Maphuma in my DMs, I'm married. I want to hear nothing else about it.
You
so
are
even
married.
like in the house, people would constantly joke with me about it because some of the housemates knew that like that's my celebrity crush type of thing. So it's always just a thing of I'm married.
You are married.
In my head, it's dad. I don't know why he's busy with other ladies.
Like he's out there.
But it's okay. Like he can still come home.
Yeah. You know, whenever he's done.
You know, delusion will have you like. I don't know if you've ever been in love to that point where like you really love someone who's like, it's okay, cheat.
It's okay, cheat. Yeah,
as long as you come home, like come home. You know, ungalali pa.
Yo. I'm sorry. May that type of go never locate me, son.
May my prayers never be answered like that.
Never. Yo, I know Mcholoshem is actually.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's a.
But I see my friends, like I have friends who are in such a loving relationships. And I have friends who have come out of 5-year relationships.
Yeah.
How do you date someone for 5 years and then break up?
Ish.
Yo, it's in the studio with us.
Yeah, bruh. Yo. Yeah, I think my longest relationship was 7 years.
Phindi, how old are you?
I'm 28.
When did you start dating that person?
I started dating that person in 2016, during my first year. And then we broke up the year before last.
Yes.
And that go out.
Oh, I know. 7 years. You should have been married. 2 kids.
I felt like, what do I do with myself? Like,
that person becomes a whole part of your being.
And this teeny, like, now I have to go back to finding myself.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, I'm just like,
no.
Okay, who am I?
What is you?
Who am I?
How
and I feel like
you?
That period of rediscovering myself without him and without the whole, because even our families now were just, you know.
I get it, the families were just waiting for the uncles to show up at this point. Like, you can't be dating for 7 years and
so I don't know. Hi, bruh.
You were someone's makot.
Like ngakoa, and I just I know. I almost died.
Yeah, no, Dako now. I dated someone for 9 months and I almost died.
And even 9 months is pretty much a long time. See, these days, how the dynamic is these days.
You see, dating, man.
That's another conversation we should have.
Nah, that's definitely. And the citizens must tell us, what are their worst stories? You know, have you seen the thing on TikTok, Revenge Diaries?
Revenge Diaries. Oh, Beyonce. What the hell? I'm like,
Tababatu. You should fear people.
Tababatu, guys. But also, do unto others as you would like them
to do unto you.
Unto you. It's pretty that simple. We will be having these conversations again. next week because the time has
come.
You know, I could do this the whole day.
Literally the whole day.
I could literally do this the whole day. The show has come to an end. Actually, I didn't realize until now. Actually, now I was just looking at this laptop. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's
already time. The bouncers are walking in. They're looking at us and they're holding. They're like, yeah, it's time to get out here.
The party has come to an end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for joining us as a guest on Echoes of the City. I did say when he came for the interview, Gucci, you are officially a friend of Echoes of the City. And who knows, maybe, hey, you know,
maybe we can cook.
Like maybe we can cook something.
Maybe a little something, yeah.
You know, because I could definitely use a new and vibrant co-host. And Tyrone has been nothing but lovely. It's been lovely having you.
It's been great.
Today's show. Thank you so much for coming through, and thank you so much for chilling with us as our citizens. We are looking forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place, to do it bigger and better. Bye.
Bye.